What is it like to pilot a U-2 spy plane at high altitudes? Have you ever wondered what it feels like to soar high above the Earth in a U-2 spy plane? Piloting this remarkable aircraft during the Cold War was a unique and intense experience. The U-2 was built to fly at around 70,000 feet, a height that put it well above most enemy aircraft and radar systems of the 1950s. This altitude created a near-space environment where the air is incredibly thin and the conditions are quite harsh. To survive at such heights, U-2 pilots wore full pressure suits, similar to those used by astronauts. The atmosphere was too thin to breathe without this protection. While the cockpit was pressurized, any loss of pressure could be life-threatening. Managing the oxygen supply was critical. For instance, during the famous incident in 1960 when pilot Francis Gary Powers was shot down over the Soviet Union, a broken oxygen hose during ejection could have been fatal. Flying the U-2 was not just a thrill, it was physically demanding. The aircraft had a large wingspan to generate lift in the thin air, making it handle more like a glider than a typical jet. Pilots often describe the sensation of flying at the edge of space as surreal. They could see the curvature of the Earth and the sky turning a deep blue. While visibility was breathtaking, controlling the plane was tricky, especially during takeoff and landing. Ground effect could hold the plane off the runway longer than expected, making landings a challenge. The cockpit was cramped, and pilots had to stay focused for long missions, sometimes lasting up to 10 hours. They gathered photographic and electronic intelligence, prioritizing altitude and endurance over comfort. Pilots needed to be highly skilled and fit to handle the strain of flying at such extreme altitudes, where mistakes could have serious consequences. In the context of the 1950s, piloting the U-2 was seen as a daring and heroic role amid Cold War tensions. The U-2 represented cutting-edge American technology, symbolizing the nation's determination to gather intelligence and maintain security against Soviet threats. The secretive missions flown over hostile territory added an aura of mystery and excitement. Pilots were regarded as elite figures, flying above it all, helping to keep the country safe during a time of global uncertainty. The U-2's ability to fly so high allowed the United States to monitor Soviet military activities without provoking open conflict. Unauthorized flights were considered acts of war, making the pilot's job technically complex and politically sensitive. The U-2's flights played a significant role in shaping Cold War intelligence, influencing policy and diplomacy in the 1950s and beyond. In essence, piloting a U-2 spy plane at high altitudes was an intense, demanding, and unique experience. It combined the thrill of cutting-edge aviation with the heavy responsibility of Cold War espionage, all set against the backdrop of geopolitical tensions and technological optimism of the 1950s.